Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. And buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what can gather. You feel a dream, can't you see, getting closer. Just surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flying open. It's a picture in the pulpit and your blind devotion. There's something breaking at the brick of every wall it's holding on.
You know, so tell me you wanna go. This look, and he looked at his colleague, his assistant, and he said, "Where's my breathe? I need my breathe tonight."
I was using it this morning. Oh yeah. You gotta have a little eucalyptus every single day. Any Aussie will tell you that. That breathe, that is magic stuff.
But my all-time favorite Hugh Jackman movie, many of you may not have seen, 2009 documentary, Cachay Stream.
Thank you.
It is obviously his very personal story, but it's really, if you see it, it's really all of our very personal story. You met a man by the name of Cachay in Ethiopia. It changed your life, and now it's changing thousands of small farmers' lives. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I mean, the synchronicity of the doTERRA and your Coming Back program is incredible. We started about the same time, Laughing Man Coffee, as you guys did. You guys just grew a lot faster than us, but don't worry, we're going to get there. But I went to Ethiopia with World Vision, and we were making a documentary. That's what we went to track fair trade coffee and what a difference, what the journey is to the cup, but what a difference that makes, that choice makes for the consumer on the farmers and the communities who support the farmers. By the way, can I share that phrase, farmers first? I heard Corey talking about it. Farmers first, that is a great, great phrase. Do you mind if I share that one?
You're part of that trademark.
Thank you. So, Cachay has 5 children. He had a 6th on the way, now has 6. And he was climbing out of the cycle of poverty that his family had been in for generations and generations. And I said to him, as I worked with him one day in the field, I will help you. I'm not sure how. I want to get your story out. I want to tell people what a difference this is. And I was committed to the idea of a hand up and not a hand out. That's one thing I really learned when I was there. And of course there are times when we have to, give a hand out in moments of crisis, but for real long-standing change, it has to be a hand up. So I came back, and soon after, I had this idea after reading the book from Paul Newman about, it's called Shameless Exploitation in the Pursuit of Common Good, and it's the story of Newman's own. And we started this coffee company, and we directly started buying coffee from Cachay. We gave him, like you do with your growers, a way better price than he would get in the market. And we developed those relationships and started investing in the community. I'm very proud to say, just last year, first of all, let me give a little update on Cachay. He's a leader in his village. He has now tripled his farm size. He also has a cafe, so there's not a great growing season. He has another form of income. He has 6 very, very healthy children, and we stay in contact via letter. His wife sent us a video just recently, and we put 100 kids through college. We fixed 40 homes, and we're helping out the communities, the schools, everything. Thanks. That's exactly what you guys are doing. And many of you have seen it in the field when you go and you work with the farmers and you see the impact that the direct trade has, the fairly traded ideal has, and how you change people's lives. You see tears streaming down their face. And my father taught me, he was an accountant his whole life at Pricewaterhouse. He said, when business is good, it is good for everyone. So if it's not good for everyone, that is not a good business. And so I think that's what you're doing at doTERRA, and what we're doing at Love. My parents split up when I was younger, so my father brought up 5 of us. He worked, never missed a day work in his life. I never once heard him say a bad word about anybody else. I'll tell you a little side story. Whenever I think of my dad, he was always so supportive of me, being an actor. He thought I was a little thin-skinned, but he said, you better toughen up. But he was always supportive. And there was one time when I was performing in Carnegie Hall, and I was very nervous. The first time I'd sung in America, we were doing Carousel. And my father flew 24 hours from Australia. He did actually take 3 days off work. He flew 24 hours from Australia. He arrived, saw the concert, got straight back on the plane, 24 hours straight back to the office. And on his way from the airport, I told him, by the way, he's an accountant, so he needed to know everything. Itineraries, dress code, seating, hotels, you name it, everything. And I said, Dad, I've got it all sorted. It's black tie. I'll call you when you land. So when he landed, I just found out that it wasn't black tie. It was actually business casual. Now, Dad was there for 12 hours, right, from Australia, so I think he's probably wearing flip-flops and shorts and, black tie in one hand. And I rang him and I said, Dad, you've got to get a suit or something else. It's not black tie. He said, don't worry, I've got it covered. And I said, okay. He said, but do me a favor. It would mean a lot to me if I could pick you up at the hotel and walk you to the stage door at Carnegie Hall. I was quite touched by that. I said, of course, meet me at 6:15 and we'll walk over together. So 6:15 on the dot, he's an accountant. Knock on the door and I open up and my father was standing in the hall in full black tie, right? And I'm like, Dad, it's not black tie. Seriously, no one is wearing black tie. Nobody, except for the choir. Everyone's going to think you're a baritone, Dad. Please don't. And he looked me in the eye and he said, my son is singing at Carnegie Hall. It is black tie for me. Sorry, I'm not giving you a wording here, am I? I love it. When we got our pocket money, I remember being 5 and I was given 10 cents. And he sat down with me and he broke it down on a piece of paper. 10 cents total, 1 cent to the church, 2 cents candy, like whatever it was, I can't remember. But he always said, make sure you're giving back. Always be giving back. And I think it's a natural part of life. All my siblings do it. I show that to my children. My wife's the same thing. She started the bone marrow donor registry in Australia. It was nothing, it was up to 100,000 people. Yeah. And I think we learn it, so I make it very clear to my kids, and I think you all here are such an amazing opportunity because in your work, your families, your friends, and your children, community around you are seeing you not just having a job, but having a vocation that actually gives back to people on other sides of the planet. And that is an amazing legacy to have, I think.
You know, I think everyone would say, well, yeah, weren't you been Wolverine? We know in the box office. We've read what you made in that last movie. Of course you can be charitable now, and we'll get back to that. But these guys, before they know they've made it in doTERRA, they're struggling. They're putting in 18-hour days. And I'm watching, hearing things back that they're funding orphanages in Kenya. They're in Haiti doing things. We got an award winner today who did incredible work in Haiti. But tell me about that. Obviously, your father was a huge influence, but I know from what I've read and seen that your wife in particular is very charitably minded. And before you had made it, when you didn't know if you were going to have anything, you were doing this. What has that done to your entire family? How is that? And what can you tell people who have not made it yet, why they should do it that way?
Well, what I was taught was, of course you have to take care of your family, and then the circle of influence just keeps growing. So as your heart opens, and as you fully understand, which everyone in this room does, that the more you give, the more you get, then naturally that generosity just grows. Then naturally that generosity just grows, and you start to feel for people. But I have to tell you, my wife taught me really what true opening of the heart is. Because sometimes, I'll admit, we all do things, oh, it's the right thing to do, we should do it. My wife is compelled, has always been compelled. And as she would say to me, always, giving is not about money. Money is another form of energy. She always says it's a form of energy, and you can use energy whichever way you like. Like, we wake up every single day with God-given energy, and God-given heart, and you can sit on the couch all day if you want. You can do whatever you want. You can use that energy. Money is the same thing. Time is valuable. You can always give, even if it's just a smile, even if it is seeing someone on the street, you buy them a meal. There's always a way to give, and what happens is that generosity just seems to grow. And my wife teaches me every single day. There was one morning I remember, I was shooting at nights, which means you shoot till the sun comes up. And I came home and Dad said, let's go and get breakfast. Let's take the kids for breakfast. I know you need to sleep. Let's just go and have breakfast. And we did. So I was very tired. On our way, there was a homeless man in the street. And Deb said, I need you to stop. We've got to get some breakfast for this man. And I said, hey, can I just get a cup of coffee? Can I just get a cup of coffee? We'll go back. And she said, okay, we'll go back. She said, that's a good idea. We'll go and get breakfast, and we'll get some. We'll go back and give it to the man. So we got breakfast. We drove back to where the man was. The man had moved. And I said, well, next time. She goes, no, not next time. We're going to drive around until we find that man. And I said, he's homeless. We have no idea. And he goes, but we're going to find him. Because I told you to stop, and you made me go to... I said, okay, we'll find him. An hour later, it may not have been warm, but Deb got out of the car and gave the man an omelette. So I was 11. A teacher came up to me and said, you have talent as a dancer. There's no dance in this school. So you should go and get dancing lessons. And I love dancing. So I was like, great. I went home and I said to my dad, I'd like to get dancing lessons. And my brother overheard. And I'm going to say he said the word sissy, but it wasn't the word sissy. And I was 11. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, well, only sissies are dancers, right? And so I didn't dance. I just said, oh, I'm not a sissy, I'm not going to dance. So, you know, my dad's raising his five. He just dropped the ball. Cut to 18. When I was 18, 7 years later, Dad took that same brother and myself to see 42nd Street. And at interval, my brother came up to me and said, I said something so stupid to you many years ago. You belong up on that stage, and I'm really sorry for what I said. And it wasn't like I was thinking all those 7 years, I just had forgotten about it. Unlike Billy Elliot, I'm the un-Billy Elliot story, right? I just dropped it. So I went the very next day and got a dancing lesson. I never stopped taking dancing lessons. I actually, to this day, dance an hour and a half every day, and I love it. It's a passion. I don't care what anybody says, right? I think it's a different generation now. I think the young generation, and I'm really proud to be part of movies like The Greatest Showman and that song This Is Me, which is just saying be proud of who you are. What makes you different makes you special. Job, this company, what I'm doing now feels right. I know I'm on the right path. And some people may be saying, but that's stupid, you went to college, you went to med school, and what are you doing? I got my first job as an actor when I was 26. I didn't believe I had the ability, I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do it, but I never ever stopped in the back of my head dreaming that one day it'd become true. So I understand people might say, oh, well, you know, you made it, you're successful now. For many, many years I wasn't, but all along I loved it. And I would put in 15, 16 hours a day, every day, because I loved it. I never missed a day at drama school. I never missed, so I know you know this, but no matter where you're at, dream big. Dream as big as you can possibly dream. Because if you believe in that dream, it will come true. I promise you it will come true. My wife is a manifestor, right? She can manifest things that I have no idea how they happen. And by the way, everything that's happened in my career, everything, she said to me before we were even dating, she looked at me and she said, I'm telling you what's going to happen. And I thought she was, wow, she's really fallen for me because she's on the rock. Like, that's crazy. And everything that she said was true. Even down to The Greatest Showman, which, by the way, we didn't open that great, but when she said, I promise you, this thing is going to catch on. This is not big opening weekend and then it drops off. This is going to be word of mouth. People are going to champion. It's going to, like, she always did that. So, after a while, I was like, I get this. Whatever it is you want in your life, it could be business success, it could be a better relationship with your brother, your children, it could be how you feel in yourself, it could be I want to feel a different way when I wake up in the morning, or I just want to be in peace with myself. Whatever goal you have, it's easy to say dream big, but there's work to dreaming. And what I do now, and this is totally from Deb, who was always right. Except for once. Deb's not here, is she? Don't anyone share this that I shared this. I will deny any knowledge that I shared this with you. She was wrong once. She told me not to audition for Wolverine. That's all I'm saying. She said, you're in the Royal National Theatre with Sir Trevor Nunn doing Oklahoma. What is this? You've got claws coming out of your hands. It's ridiculous. Stop it. She never heard of it. I go to bed at night. I don't read or turn on the TV. I lay there and I find it the most powerful time to dream, which is before you just go off to sleep, when you're very relaxed, your breathing is calm. Imagine whatever it is you want to imagine, the power of your imagination. If you believe it inside, it will materialize outside. So I don't just run a film in my head. I imagine the smell, I imagine what that person's saying, I imagine the sounds, was there grass? The more detail I put into it, the better. And usually I drop off to sleep. And right now, usually I'm dreaming mainly about my kids, right, who are 18 and 13. And sometimes the evidence is pretty slim first thing in the morning that my dream worked. Yeah, what, Dad? is usually what the first thing in the morning is. But try it. I find that really works. If you get 5 minutes, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, sit down, take 3 or 4 really deep breaths, and just put a little work into dreaming. And I can tell you, all the sports people do it. That's how they do it. They imagine, I hope I win. They've already won.
Got something next to your bed that kind of helps with this process.
This is true. There is a doTERRA vaporizer next to my bed. So, happy to talk to anyone about exactly what to put inside that. That's going to help with the dreams. But I'm just going to go with frankincense for now. Seriously, they are all over my house. Truly. One of the old school, very principled, proud American, believed in civic duty. And he ran, in 1987, he started his run 20 points ahead. He was the front runner. He was pretty universally regarded as going to be the next president of the United States. And 3 weeks later, he left politics forever. And it was, if you study political science, probably it's not something you're going to major on. It was just 3 weeks of politics. I was Australian. I didn't really know much about it, to be honest. But I think no matter where you're from in the world, and there's people from all around the world here today, there's a sense, I feel, and I feel it, how do we get to where we are today? Like, things feel so different, so divisive, and that's not just here, that is all around the world. And how did we get to where we are today? And these 3 weeks may seem insignificant, but actually I think the movie says that this is a very important turning point, particularly between the press and politics. And what the movie's really asking is, what's important and what is interesting? What flaws will we accept in our leaders and what won't we? And it's trying to start conversations. So hopefully, if you guys see it, it'll start a conversation. Can I just say, there's a fly on the stage. It makes me feel really at home. So thank you, Kirk, for bringing that.
The Terror Shield. Aaron, throw me some Terror Shield.
I love. Oh, sorry for Kirk. That was for you, Kirk.
I love you too.
I love you too.
He said, I love my coffee, so I want it to be good. I want it to be high quality. I also want to know that it's nourishing to people who work to plant it, to harvest it, to roast it. If you followed Cachay journey, it was not a one-time thing. He's at the United Nations. He's started a foundation. He gave you the update on Cachay and the other four countries where he's growing coffee. I don't mean which one's bigger, but any idea how many countries we're sourcing our oils from?
You know I know the answer, and it's 46, right? 46. But hey,
I can't
one
say.
cup of coffee at a time, one drop of oil at a time, we can change the planet, right?
And you said it's not just an intellectual exercise of economics. It's about a guy with a wife and 5 children.
Yeah, these are real human stories. And thank you. I love backstage, watching what has been happening. The co-impact, sourcing responsibly directly from the farmers is not easy. I know it's not easy. I do it as well, and we work directly with our farmers. It's not cheaper, but it is the right thing to do, and you guys are doing it, and I applaud you for doing it. It's, I think, so hard to feel, what can I do? How can I help? The problems seem insurmountable. But actually, one step at a time, doing what is in front of you. And all of you in this room have gone not just one step, but many steps by what you do every day, creating a great product that people love, right? Got to have that. People got to love it. But you are helping change the lives of the people who are involved in the source of that product, and you should be eternally proud of that. Oh, Mum, hi, Mum. No, thank you. The Boy from Oz was a musical about Peter Allen. He was an Australian. He wrote a lot of great songs, and this is one of my favourites. Before I sing it, please put your hands together for my musical director and playing the piano today, Patrick Beckley. I love this song because of the lyric, and it's how I feel today. Once before I go, I want you to know that I would do it all again. I'm sure I'd make the same mistakes, but we could make it through the pain and joys and aches we knew back then. Love the torch.
it's so hard to say goodbye when there's so much that's left unspoken in your eyes. But unless I spread my wings again, I'm afraid I'll never soar. So hang on to the memories and hold me close once more, just once before I go. I want you to know that I have loved you all along, and even when we're far apart, I only need to feel you're living in my heart, and I'll be strong. I love you just the way I've loved you all along. But it's so hard to say goodbye when there's so much that's left unspoken in your eyes. But unless I spread my wings again, I'm afraid I'll never soar. So kiss me for the last time and hold me close once more, just once before I go. I want you to know that I have loved you all along, and even when we're far apart, I only need to feel you're living in my heart, and I'll be strong. 'Cause you are the light that shines through me. You always were and you'll always be. So I have to let you know, just this once, before I go.
When we seek to discover the best in others, we somehow bring out the best in ourselves. Exactly. No truer words were ever spoken. So God bless you and all your.
I'm not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say. We don't want your broken parts. I learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say. No one will love you as you are, but I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear? Well, let that lonely feeling wash away. And maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stay, you can reach out, and oh, someone will come running, and I know will take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found.
So let the sun come streaming in. You reach
of holding space for people to come and work on healing themselves from the inside out.
My dream is to raise awareness about a little known illness called PANS or PANDAS.
So my dream is to help pregnant moms and babies really have a natural lifestyle.
My dream is to become a special needs RN for occupational and vocational therapy.
My dream is to be present with my family.
To rescue those who are in sex traffic and doing anti-human trafficking, because that's my biggest passion.
Our dreams now are to take care of our grandkids, 28 of them. 29?
Our dream is to live as long as we can, as healthy as we can.
To be able to share that hope with other people.
My dream is to bridge the gap between spirituality and abundance.
I love the opportunity that doTERRA has been giving me to share natural solutions with people.
To empower people through natural medicines.
The oils are full of love. When you can connect to something that you love, where that takes you is almost where the dream is waiting.
You're not